Um, so my son, I was talking to him yesterday. He's actually the reason why we're talking about motivation today, because he sent me this beautiful, good morning, Marie. You are late. Where is your tardy slip? It's 7 minutes past 10:30. You need a tardy slip when you show up late. Put it on post, like, here, tardy slip, I'm here, good morning. Thank you, Marie. So so we were talking yesterday. He looked at my YouTube video and he's been telling me, like, oh, you can't post these hour-long videos, Mom. You have to have just little snippets. The 12-year-old is educating me on how to mind my YouTube channel. The 28-year 9 8 however old he is managing my YouTube presence. Like, this is what you need to do, giving me feedback. And so he's like, I want you to know why it is you're doing what you're doing. What's your purpose? Who's your target audience? And I'm like, everybody's my target audience. He's like, no, Mama, not everybody. And what exactly, how do you see yourself? Why are you doing this? He's like asking me all these questions, but in a very positive way. And I said, well, I kind of see myself as like a life coach, motivational speaker, we're talking about self-improvement. And he's like, well, I definitely see it as self-improvement, but I wouldn't say motivational. And I think your strength is your perseverance. And I think your strength and your knowledge comes from all of the experiences that you have had in life and how you are the person who says, when you fall down, get back up. And he starts giving me all of these just accolades, just in his, his evaluation of Mom and and then my daughter is like, Mom, I don't have to listen to your talks. These are all the things that you taught me my whole entire life. And I'm like, really? So you were listening? Wow. So it got me to thinking about motivation, because I said to him, well, self-improvement is a part of motivation, right? It is a part of motivation. It is a part of life coaching. Excuse me. Good morning, Janice. You late. Where's your tardy slip? So when I used to be in debates, when I was in high school, I was in debate, and we would be given if anybody has been in debate, then you know what I'm talking about. If I say it completely wrong, you can correct me, but if it's just slightly wrong, no point in correcting me, okay? Just let it go. So they used to give us a statement, and we would have to argue that statement for or against that statement, right? And part of what we were taught when we're arguing for or against the statement is to pick apart the statement itself. One of the most powerful things that you can do is challenge somebody on what they said, what they have said, based on the words that they use to say it and what those words mean. So if you could pick apart that word, you can start, that can be the beginning of you picking apart their argument, right? So wait, you said that this is not motivational. Well, what does it mean to be motivational? Let's look at motivational. So you know what I'm about to do, because he said I wasn't motivational. Where's my dictionary? It's right here always. This is a different one, but look at me today. I have the computer to talk about motivation. Look, see, I have that. I have this dictionary, and apparently I'm partial to Webster's New Dictionary, or maybe nobody else makes dictionaries. I don't know, because this one is Webster's New Dictionary. Oh, yes, Mr. White's class. Yes, thank you, Rose, because Rose went to high school with me. Yes, that was some powerful stuff. And this is Webster's New World Dictionary, so Webster was a bright individual or group of individuals. So I'm going to look up It's interesting because you would think that motivation, well, anyway, I don't know what y'all think. We're just going to start with what I think, right? So let's see, motivate. Like I said, you act like I found it here just so I wouldn't have to search. Okay, so motivation, well, motivate means to provide with or affect as a motive or motives, to incite. So, okay, so then you have to know what a motive is. So a motive is some inner drive, impulse, etc., that causes one to act in a certain way, incentive, or goal. So motivation, where motivate is just to provide with an incentive or goal, right? To provide somebody with a motive. But really the motive is an inner inner drive or impulse. So that got me to thinking about, yes, to encourage, right? But that, so I'm gonna look at this other definition, because this is why you have to look at, don't look, this is your lesson on research, right? You're getting so much. You are motivated right now. I'm trying to motivate you to do your proper research when somebody tells you something. Don't just take what I say. Don't just take what I say, Rose. You know I got a dictionary in front of me. You talking about what is insight. You about to have me look up insight. Just give me a second. Don't just take what I say. I am not the expert on motivation. I am not the expert on motivation. I got a couple of ways to motivate you. I could get the belt. I will come behind you with that belt. That'll motivate yourself to get up. Get up, do what you're supposed to do. Get out that bed. You don't want to get out of that bed. I'm going to motivate you with a bucket of water. Point is, I'm not the expert. I can give you information that I have, and you can take what I have told you and look it up yourself and come to your own understanding of what it means for you. Good morning, Charmin. You're late, because that was part time of the description. Okay. Let me get to the other let me get to the other definition, because this is why you have to look in multiple sources. Same company made this dictionary, but the entries for motivate in that dictionary are half or 1/4 the entries for motivate or motive. For the entries for motive in that book is 1/4 the entries for motive in this book. So you don't just look in one place to get your information. Look in one place, and then a second, a third, and a fourth to confirm, verify that information. That comes with everything that you see in the news. That comes with everything that you do. Don't just take one perspective. Look at multiple perspectives. Look at various ways, right? So in this dictionary, it says motive is some inner drive, impulse, intention, etc., that causes a person to do something or act in a certain way, incentive or goal. I like this fuller definition. So a motive is an inner drive. That's just entry one. And I like entry one. So you could look at all the entries. I'm not going to look at all the rest of the entries because I like entry one. You want to look at all the rest of the entries, open up the dictionary and look at all the rest of the entries for yourself. Choose which definition applies to the circumstances that you are trying to apply it to, and you go with that one. But for me, right now, for this conversation, that first entry works. An inner drive, impulse, intention that causes a person to do something or act in a certain way. An inner drive. I was just motivated by Suli to do a plank. 2 minutes. I now feel like a runaway slave who got caught. Yeah, you're hurting, I'm sure. I'm sure. Take your time, Marie. Come back when you can. So that got me to thinking about how is it that I can affect your inner drive, your intention. It's not my intention, it's your intention. And yesterday, my mom was saying, Kai, when you have these conversations, you're always saying, I need you to, I need you to, I need you to. And I'm like, yeah, I'm important. I'm important. So you need to do what I need you to do. But the reality is, you need to do for you. You need to decide to do for you. How can I tell you what to do for you? I can't do that. You have to choose. You have to. Now, I can say something that touches that inner drive, that sparks that inner drive, that lights a fire under you, under your own intention, your own intention. But me motivating you is not as powerful as you motivating you. That's not as powerful. My motivation for you is not as powerful as your own motivation for yourself. So you have all of these motivational speakers out there telling you, oh, you can do this and you can do that, and this is how you should act, and you got me talking about come to the table. But you don't come to this table unless you want to come to this table. Unless, yes, and it's not long lasting. It's not long lasting if it's just me telling you what I need you to do. Now, I might need you to do something because I think it's for your own good. But who the hell cares what I think?